what are the reasons that people want to use, an S3 compatible storage as opposed to some other storage type?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 reasons. Like, first, again, there's not one kind of storage for everything, right? There's block, file, and object. We have block and object right now. We've said this before that our file storage offering, which is what we call FSX, will be coming for Outposts, in the relevant future. But what we hear most is cloud native applications work best with object storage. And the reason is that object storage is great for handling enormous volumes of unstructured data. It doesn't have the overhead of block and file. And so when you think about that, if you have like a relational database, it tends to actually need the overhead of block storage. And so if you have a traditional enterprise application, it tends to run expecting file storage hierarchy, right? It might even use the file storage hierarchy as part of how it manages access. But cloud native applications use the metadata associated with object storage to manage access and have really tight, finely grained access control. And so it's just natively built into object storage. It's super flexible. And with that, you get scalability, right? If you're going to go into exabytes of storage, people have had to work around the limitations of file storage for years trying to get to that. And there's no limitation in that case with object storage. And I mentioned security as well. And you mentioned S3, and I don't want to make this all about AWS here, but people who are building cloud native applications on our regions are already using S3 for this. And so if we're doing it on an outpost, right, for those same applications or the piece of application that has to remain on-prem, they want it to be compatible with the S3 API. And so that has, you can run that same application you're running in the region or that you anticipate running in the region on the outpost. So that S3 compatibility in terms of buckets and access points and how you do access control and logging, all of that compatibility comes with the fact that you're using not just object storage, but specifically S3 compatible object storage on your outpost.
Right.